Let's have an example of vestigial organ in case of plants. Here I have shown you an image of a plant named Ruscus. Alright, this plant Ruscus, when you see it, you will say that these are the leaves of the plant, but these are not the actual leaves of the plant. You must be seeing here some minute structures, if it is visible to you. These are some minute structures, or I can show you another image which will be more clear. These are not leaves. What are these? These are the cladodes. What are cladodes? I have already explained you. Cladodes are the modifications of the stem of the plant. They are not the real leaves. These are what? These are the modifications of the stem. So here you can see there are some structures which they are calling as scale leaves. These scale leaves, as you can see, they are very minute, very small as compared to these cladodes. So what are you going to misinterpret is, you will say that these are the leaves and these are some other structures. But the small structures, these scale leaves, are the actual leaves. They are very minute. They actually perform what? They don't perform photosynthesis. The photosynthesis function is performed by cladodes only. But the true leaves on this Ruscus plant is this scale leaf. So here you can say these scale leaves of Ruscus plants are what? They are vestigial organs because they are highly reduced and they are useless. Why they are useless? Because in this case, these scale leaves are non-photosynthetic. They are not going to perform the function of photosynthesis. Which organ is performing this function? Cladodes are performing this function of what? Photosynthesis. So just remember that in case of Ruscus plant, these scale leaves are what? These are vestigial organs. Why? Because they are in reduced form and they are useless. Why? Because they are not performing photosynthesis. Next, if you look at this asparagus plant, they have some hooked leaves. These hooked leaves on asparagus are also vestigial organs because now they are useless and they are in reduced form. So remember, in case of plants, we have given two examples of vestigial organs. They are scale leaves in case of Ruscus and hooked leaves in case of asparagus, because these two leaves, scale leaf and hook leaf, they are in reduced form and they are now useless. They are considered as what? They are considered as vestigial organs. Let us recall, the scale leaves of Ruscus are the real original leaves. They are minute, they are functionless. Why? Because they don't perform the function of photosynthesis. The function of photosynthesis is performed by these cladodes, which are stem modifications. Please don't misinterpret cladodes with scale leaves. Cladodes are stem modifications, while the scale leaves are the original leaves in case of Ruscus plant. But due to adaptation, what has become? These scale leaves have become functionless, they are reduced, they are not functional now, and these cladodes are performing the function of photosynthesis. So these scale leaves and hook leaves are examples of vestigial organs in case of plants. And next we move on to a very interesting example, that is the case of Greenland whales. Okay, when scientists looked at the skeleton of Greenland whales, they compared it with other whales. You know, other whales do not have any pelvic girdle, they don't have such bones. But these Greenland whales had some special bones, which is the pelvic girdle. Right? When they compared the skeleton of the Greenland whale with other whales, they noticed that these Greenland whales have some structures that are in reduced form, that is a pelvic girdle, and this pelvic girdle is not there in case of other whales. So that pelvic girdle in case of Greenland whales is an example of vestigial organ, since it is reduced and it is not in any use now. So this is an example of what? It's an example of a vestigial organ. Next we move on to python. It's a very amazing, you know, snake. How? Because this python also contributes its organs to this vestigial organ. Why? Because pythons also have some vestigial legs. See these vestigial legs, they are highly reduced because now they are functionless. So what does this convey? The vestigial legs in case of python are conveying that these snakes have evolved from some lizard-like reptiles. Okay, this is the inference that has been made out of these vestigial organs, these vestigial legs from python. So they are conveying that these vestigial legs are there. Why? Because these snakes have originated from what? From some lizard-like ancestors. But now, since they are not required, they are useless, they have become what? They have become vestigial, right? So remember, vestigial organs are the organs which occur in reduced form and are useless to the possessor but are homologous to the fully developed functional organs of related animals. We have discussed about animals also, discussed about plants also. So remember, these highly reduced organs which are of no use now are known as vestigial organs, and they provide some evidence for evolution.